Hi there. This is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, Fat Boy from Mars, and today is Saturday, the 23rd of December, 2023. How you doing? So, 2 days from Christmas. Oh, looking forward to it. I have a busy Christmas day planned cooking wise, so let's run through it before I get into anything else. So the plan here, which I don't think will change, is I'm going to make a big pot of sauce, make the homemade meatballs. I got some nice hot and sweet Italian sausage going to be in that sauce. And then I'm making some Rummo, or is it Rumo? I think it's Rummo brand penne rigate. It's supposed to be very nice, making 2 whole pounds of them because I'm taking some of it and I'm going to make a penne rigate version of baked ziti with it as well. So that's the plan. I was going to do raviolis, changed my mind. So it all works out. So that's the main plan, and I know that my brother's wife will be bringing or sending over some cookies. Sorry about that. It's an outtake. Never mind. Anyway, um, got a runny nose today, and I'm about to wash some clothes, so that was a shirt that's doubling as a handkerchief because it's going in the wash in a few minutes anyway. So, but I digress. People I'm sure will come in and out. Who do I know will come? I know my nephew Davey will come, and my brother and his wife, and probably my nephew Anthony. No promises there. Michael, of course, lives with me. I know my sister Mary will be by sometime, and my nieces Jessie and Tracy will come by, I'm sure, and most likely my great niece Isabella, possibly Riley, and Isabella's brothers Ryan and Mike. A lot of Mikes going on, and maybe even Tracy's husband Mike. Um, Beyond that, I don't know. It's always a guessing game with my niece Kelly and her kids Amanda, Haley, and Lily. I would love to see them, but um, last few Christmases they haven't bothered to come by. I don't know why. I would love to see them. But beyond that, there are other people that live here. Got other nieces and nephews, and I know they're not coming by. It'll be what they would term a Christmas miracle if they did. None of my friends come by. None of my friends ever come by on Christmas because they all have their stuff going on. I understand that. So that's the plan for the day. So this past week, it's interesting. The other day I was watching um, O. Henry's Full House, the old, I think it's a 1951 movie. That's it's a great old movie. I have it over here somewhere on DVD, and it's 5 stories. O. Henry stories: Ransom of Red Chief, and the Clarion Call, and the Gift of the Magi, and the Last Leaf. And I can't think of the name of the first one. Something to do about a policeman and something or other. But in the Last Leaf, it had a young, I think she was 28 at the time, stunningly beautiful Anne Baxter. And it got me thinking, it's like, didn't I see Anne Baxter in a play years ago? And so I was looking it up, and sure enough, I knew I saw her. I couldn't remember the name of the play, and right now I still can't remember the name of the play because it was like a premiere of a minor play. And I forget who else was in it with her. I want to say, I'm pretty sure Kevin McCarthy was in there too. But it was 1979, and my memories are quite simple. I remember Ann Baxter looking beautiful, and that whatever they were doing, they all had like luggage, like they were either just coming off a plane or about to go onto a plane. Something like that was within the play. And I remember nothing about the play because I remember I was in the middle of the playhouse. I usually had seats way up front. It just worked out well. But I remember I was in the middle and then I had this horrible fever. So I was like on the edge of consciousness and delirious during much of the play. And that's my memories of that with Anne Baxter. But it got me thinking about the Playhouse. And I don't know that I've shared this much, but back in like 79, 80, 81, I went to the Westport Country Playhouse a lot and got to see a lot of fine actors. I said Anne Baxter, I saw Lou Jordan, I saw Vincent Price as Oscar Wilde in a one man show, Julie Harris as Emily Dickinson, everyone from Darren McGavin and David Cassidy and Kay Lenz. They were in, Cassidy and Lenz were in John Van Druten's The Voice of the Turtle, which was a World War II era play. And I saw Richard Thomas, from the Waltons, Seda Thompson from Family. In later years, I saw Juliet Mills and Karen Valentine, and I believe I saw Charles Durning there. Um, but so many, so many. I was spoiled because it was about a mile and a half, 2 mile walk from my house. So a lot of times I would go to a matinee. If it was evening, my dad could drop me off there, but I would go by myself to a matinee, and it was like $10, maybe $11, and I would see all these great people in wonderful plays. I saw a lot of classics. Man of La Mancha. Um, so the Magic Show, the wonderful play, wonderful play. So much stuff. I think the first play I saw there was Godspell in maybe late '78, something like that is what it's telling me in my brain. But anyway, I was going through the Westport Country Playhouse's website and looking over those years, and it was just wonderful to see. Oh, I was at that. I was at that. I was at that, and uh, makes me want to say, if you don't do it, please find a way to see theater wherever you are. It's life changing. The theater changed my life, and in fact, when I worked for 15 years as a volunteer at the Westport Community Theater, I ushered, I helped paint sets, I helped build sets, I was a property master. In fact, for one showing, I was behind the stage, and they had the racks of stuff, and I had a script, and like the actors would come back, and they needed the candle, which was prompt 1A or whatever, and it would be on that shelf, and I would hand them the thing. They'd go, and then as they finished with the prop, they'd come, and I'd put it back on the shelf that it went on. A lot of a learning experience, and also I have to say that working with everyone, and I worked with people. A lot of people associate community theater with like dentists and things like that. And that may be true in like Iowa or something, but here in Connecticut, particularly in Westport, it's a it's an arts community, and it's where a lot of actors and actresses and such of all sorts live. So in the community theater, there were people from motion pictures and TV and Broadway. So I really got to meet some fascinating folks, and everyone. Here I am, and I'm just like an usher guy. I would go back before the show. I would be, inside before the public came in. Everyone, everyone without exception treated me like gold. The actors, the directors, everyone was so nice to me because I came to see the community of it, that we're all pulling together our talents, our abilities to entertain the people coming through those doors. Which, when you think about it, is a very selfless thing to do. And it also furthers community because we're connecting with the people that are coming to see those, unique performances. And understand the uniqueness that when you see a play, you are seeing a snapshot in time, because that same play the next night is going to feel completely different. It's a because one of the things working in a theater is you see a play sometimes many times, and it's different every time without question. The same with music. When I see bands several times on a tour, the show would be different. It's a different vibe. It's a different energy. Um, Maybe someone's having more of an on night than they did the night before or a week before. Who knows? Um, but it's something I miss, by the way. I miss that I can no longer do that. I stopped doing the theater in 2019 because my knees and that, and having the pinched nerve in my neck, I reached a point where I was going to fall down the stairs, and so I just had to say, sadly, this is my last show. And I'm still in touch, and there's still everyone that I hear from to do with the theater still treats me like gold, and I am humbled by that. Please go see the theater. It's a beautiful thing. I think it's what I get to a degree when I go to Ren fairs as well. It's a form of theater. It is definitely a performance, and it is definitely a community. And both, when I say community, I also mean family. Ren fairs are a family. The theater is a family. Concerts ongoing at a venue, if you go to a lot of concerts at the same venue and you get to know the people at the venue, that's a family too. And it's a beautiful thing. And family is a wonderful thing to think about with Christmas on the corner on Monday. So Ann Baxter was the seed for all of that. So I'll put a picture of her up from O. Henry's Full House, so you'll see who I'm talking about. If you don't know her name off the top, you've seen her in things. Ann Baxter is a phenomenal actress who had quite a long career, and again, I just think about, even in my fevered state that I was at the tender age of 19, what a privilege it was to see her and to be at the Westport Country Playhouse. So, what else this week? Mentally preparing for the holidays. That's a lot, in its way. It's not about the cooking or the presents, it's about the state of mind. Um, I'm a religious guy. I'm a very boisterously Catholic boy, and I offer you no apologies for that. You be what you are and be it at full volume, because I sure am. So I'm reflective too, because the year is drawing to a conclusion. There are things that I'm sad about. I haven't talked much about. My oldest sister Nancy is in a facility. She's been since the spring because she had allowed herself physically to degrade to a point where she had to go to the hospital and then to a facility for care. Um, and she's had some brain issues, and it affects her. Nancy has never been a very social person to begin with, but it's made her angry and belligerent and violent. I know she's, to the people working at these places, I feel sorry because she'll like pull their hair and throw things at them and be very abusive to them. And a degree of that is because of this, what's going on with her. And it's very difficult. We haven't spoken in years. I don't talk about this much because why? I live it. I mean, I love my sister, but she hasn't been nice to me since maybe 1973, 74, something like that. But and I did nothing to elicit this. That's just how she was, and so that's been going on, and that's been a drain on everyone's kind of holiday cheer, if you will. It's a lot to go through, and I hope she improves. But that's where we are. I send my love to all of you. I've had some nice conversations this week, and again, to all of you, if you see this, Marcy, Joyce, Cindy, whoever, you know, Mark and Belinda, I feel like it's Romper Room's magic mirror, and of course I see you. Uh, but really, if you're watching this, everyone on my list is someone that I care about. So I hope you're doing well. God bless you. I love you. Have a Merry Christmas. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.